everyone, Harriet here, hope you're doing okay. Today we have our WrestleMania predictions video. Now I know a lot of people have already done this already, but I haven't watched any of them because I don't want to be accused of copying, so that's the reason why. But yesterday during my lunch break at work I actually did some homework. I actually wrote down, this does look like a purse, it's actually a book, but I wrote down all my predictions in here, and because it's going to make it so much easier for me to remember what to say, because I made little notes, but I'm trying to make this as short as I can because we have 15 matches, 7.5 hours worth of stuff to go through. And funnily enough, when the main event is going to be on, I'll be getting up and getting ready for work, so I'll be able to watch that and then kind of go backwards and kind of avoid the video trailer in between of the highlights of the show if I can help it. The first match is the Women's Battle Royale, and my pick is I have two for different reasons. So one is Asuka, and I'm so gutted the way she lost the championship like a couple of weeks before WrestleMania. It really hurt, it really did hurt, and we'll go to why, like the very end of the video, why it could happen. But I have a feeling she is going to win, but we don't know who the other entries are. No doubt we're going to have people from NXT, we're going to have from NXT UK, like we had Rhea Ripley appear in the Royal Rumble, and various other people from NXT as well, depending on who the champion is at the time. I don't even know what the stipulation of winning this is going to be, because I think last year was the first one Naomi won and she was just promised a championship battle, but championship match, but it never happened. So I don't know. It's probably the same as the Andre the Giant Memorial. They're probably just going to get a trophy at the end. But also my other pick is Lacey Evans. Now, if you think about this, it's quite clever. So every episode of Raw and SmackDown, she's literally come out onto the gorilla, or the, you know, outside of the gorilla position on the stage, done her stuff and walked back in. So she did fight at Royal Rumble, yes, but I have a feeling she'll come out and she'll be like, so this is all I could do all along, you fools, you know, I'm going to prove myself, you know, I didn't just walk out and be like a dancing queen, or, you know, doing whatever, and, or, you know, acting like a model. This is what I can do. So it's either Asuka or Lacey Evans. Those are my two picks. Next we have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. So this one I'm kind of a bit wary on, because the main focus is Braun Strowman and the two guys from Saturday Night Live. I don't know who they are because I don't really watch SNL, but that's the main focus of this. I mean, there's been skits now for the last few weeks on Raw. You know, people like it. I'm not a lover of it, but that's just me. But I see this is going on to Braun winning possibly the Battle Royale. But I have a theory. So we're going to have probably a few surprise entries in this as well, like the Women's Battle Royale. But I have a feeling that we're going to have Lars Sullivan come back. And the reason being is because he's due to come back after suffering an anxiety attack recently on backstage before Raw, and I have a feeling he will return and he'll win. But that's my prediction in regards to that. But probably Braun's going to win for the whole roundabout of kerfuffle that's happened in the last few weeks, which, yeah, we'll go with it. But I'd like to see Lars Sullivan actually join in the Battle Royal and win, but probably Braun's going to win. The last of the kickoff shows is the Cruiserweight Championship. So this is Buddy Murphy versus Tony Ness, and this, I will put my hands up. I don't really watch 205 Live, so I don't really know the whole story behind this, but I do know that Buddy Murphy has been a very good champion from what I've been hearing, because I do catch up on Cultaholic Graded. That's the only way I kind of catch up, that and Wrestle Talk. But I just have a feeling Buddy Murphy's going to win, and I think he probably will be a champion for a while, depending. Though it would be good to kind of see a new champion, because kind of refresh it a little bit for a while. But I have a feeling that Buddy Murphy is going to win. So we're on to the main show now, and the match I have next is SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So this is the Usos, who are the champions, versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, versus The Bar, versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Usos are going to win, full stop, because they've signed a new contract this week, and it was kind of off and on whether they were going to carry on. Even Rikishi, their dad, said, oh, they're going to skip WWE and they're going to go off to somewhere else, pastures new and stuff like that. But I have a feeling that they've signed new contracts. I have a feeling they're going to carry on, and I actually like the Usos. I think they're really good champions, and I loved when they forfeited the match when they fought in the gauntlet with the New Day, with Xavier and Big E, and the way that they just said, we forfeit because Kofi deserves this. I love that so much. I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. So yes, I think Usos are going to hold on to the championships much longer than we think. It's also a shame that we don't have the Raw Tag Team Championships as well. It's just annoying. It's just kind of, they're not working with them very well on Raw. So we don't even have the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet, which has been building up for such a long time, and all of a sudden it's literally just like gone, you know. Now we're just concentrating on SmackDown. I don't get it. I really don't. WWE, the logic just goes out the window sometimes. Next we have the match that no one really wants and is praying that it doesn't happen, and it's Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. The reason no one wants it is because we don't want the final match to be against Baron Corbin, because, not saying he's a terrible wrestler, but you want someone that to make it a memorable match, and I really hope this doesn't happen. My theory is that John Cena is going to come out and face him in the end, because everyone wants him to face John Cena. I goddamn that like that, so driving out there at the moment, but I don't know, I would love it if it was just John Cena and then the circle is complete, because John Cena came out years ago when he debuted on SmackDown and he beat Kurt Angle, and it'd be lovely for Kurt Angle to beat him, and then it's just like, you know, it's done. The legacy is finished. Kurt Angle can leave a happy man, and I would love to see that. So I will definitely hope that it is Kurt Angle. I'm praying. I think every wrestling fan is praying at the moment that it is Kurt Angle versus John Cena in the end. Baron Corbin could go bye-bye. Next is The Miz versus Shane McMahon, and this is the Falls Count Anywhere match. So the question is, what is Shane going to jump off this time? Because a Falls Count Anywhere match basically means anything can happen, and with Shane O'Mac, it can happen. You know, remember WrestleMania a couple of years ago when he jumped off the steel cage facing The Undertaker, and even though there was a cushion underneath the announce table, that's still a flaming big height to jump from. It really is. And he's jumped off so many different things as well. I mean, the guy is a daredevil without even realising it. But this is also going to be a really good match as well, because the storyline obviously is built up from them losing the tag team championships, Shane turning on Miz, attacking Miz's dad, and now this whole rivalry of, well, you know, I regret the day that, you know, your mum was impregnated by your dad, and you just think, whoa, okay, we're going down that route now. But it's been a good storyline. I've really enjoyed it. Though I have a feeling Shane's going to win this, because I think this is going to carry on a little bit further. I think Money in the Bank is the next pay-per-view after this. I think it's going to go until SummerSlam. That's my prediction anyway, that is going to carry on till then, because it's a really good storyline. I love it, and people are starting to get invested in it as well. Next is the Women's Tag Team Championship. So this is Sasha Banks and Bayley, who are the champions, versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya, versus Nia Jax and Tamina, and versus the Iconics. So the tag championships for the women, it's been a bit up and down at the moment with Sasha and Bayley. So they've lost a few, pretty much as soon as they won the championships, they lost. Against Tamina and Nia Jax. It wasn't for the belts, but still. And also, I think, did the Iconics beat them a couple of weeks ago? I can't remember off the top of my head. If they have, if they didn't, I apologise. Brain is mush at the moment, not doing lots of overtime at work, so bear with me. But I have a feeling that Sasha and Bayley are still going to win, though I really would like the Iconics to win. I don't know, I just have a nice feeling if they won, it would be great. That being said, I think Sasha and Bayley are going to win, but I don't think they're going to hold on to the championships for long, because they can swap from each brand. But I have a feeling that the Iconics will take the championships. If not on Sunday, eventually they will take it. Next is the United States Championship. So there's Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. So going back to Baron Corbin from before, he actually injured Ray on Monday from Raw because it was the main event. So he's out at the moment because he has an ankle injury, and we don't know whether or not the match is going to happen because they're still evaluating his injury. Hopefully it will go ahead. I have a feeling though Samoa Joe is going to win. I would love to see Ray win it, but I just have a feeling that Samoa Joe is going to win it. Though if Mysterio did win it, it would be good for him to face off against Andrade in the future. Maybe, I don't know, it's just an idea, but I just have a feeling that Samoa Joe is going to take this. Next is the Intercontinental Championship, so we have Bobby Lashley with Lio Rush versus Finn Balor, or the Demon, as he has announced on Monday via the unusual unusual promo where he just turned into the Demon and just basically just went for like 30 seconds. I don't get it. I do love Finn Balor. You know, you can see in my picture up there, I do love Finn. I love the Demon even more. So I'm really excited to see the Demon. And this is the first time he's actually appearing at WrestleMania. And what that means is that we're going to probably get another figure in the future. Because I remember talking to Bill, the guy who makes the Mattel figures. And we were talking about the Demon, the Pumpkin King version of Finn. And he said, I would have loved to have seen more designs of the figure, and then we could have made that. So I was just like, oh, why? Why did that not happen? I know Demon Finn has not lost a match as yet. So I have no doubt whatsoever he's going to win back the Intercontinental Championship. I would have liked it to have been a surprise with the Demon coming back, as we did with SummerSlam when he faced off against Baron Corbin. But I'm not complaining. I'm really looking forward to this match, and it's just another great excuse to add another figure of Demon Finn to my collection in the future. Next is Triple H versus Batista. This is a no holds barred match. Triple H's career is on the line. I just want to say I really appreciated Triple H's reference to Wannabe by the Spice Girls when he was talking about putting the match as a career on the line. I really appreciated that, and because the whole spoof of Batista coming out is like, what I really want. It's just so good. Watch Botchamania, it's on there. Check out the Facebook page, it is on there definitely. But still, career on the line. So I'm a bit confused about this because I haven't really fully interpreted it, being absolutely tired and all. But I'm guessing that if Batista wins, Triple H finishes, or is this going to be a match to the point that Batista's going to beat the living heck out of him? But either way, I think Triple H is going to win, mainly because I don't see him finishing his career for this match. And also, I have a feeling that Ric Flair will turn up at some point and get his revenge against Batista for beating him up on his 70th birthday. And it's going to be very emotional. I don't know if Randy's going to get involved and there's going to be like a whole Evolution reunion at the end, because we tried that on SmackDown and then that's the reason why this match has now come to be. But I do like Batista as a heel. I think he's really good. Next is AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I'm really torn with this match. The reason being is because I haven't fully invested in it as such. So my head is going with Orton, my heart is going with AJ. But the slagging match between the two of them have been pretty good, very nitty gritty to the wire as well, with Randy saying to AJ, well, you wrestled in church halls and stuff like that, and I entertained thousands and thousands of people every week at WWE. So it is very personal, but I am going to go head or heart. I'm going to go with Orton, because the faces can't win every match, and there's always a heel. There's always going to be heels that win at WrestleMania, like Shane O'Mac is probably going to win. So yeah, I'm going to go with Orton. Next we have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Again, this one, it hasn't had as massive a build-up as others have. It's only happened in the last few weeks with Roman coming back, and I'm really glad he's back, as you probably know already. But you're going to be surprised by what I say. I'm actually thinking that Drew is going to win. Now hear me out before people will be like, oh my god, she's a Roman fan and she's actually saying Roman's going to lose. Hear me out. There hasn't been a massive build up to this, and also in the build up to it, they've made Roman very weak. That he's being beaten up, and also because he's also recovering, so I don't know if that's reflecting on the storyline that he's slowly recovering and getting back into the ring. But I just have a feeling that it's going to carry on again like the Shane O'Mac and Miz storyline, because it needs more to develop. And also, I can't say I don't hate the storyline, but sometimes they're dipping personal into it. So with Drew saying, I'm talking to Joe, you know, not Roman, and I want you to think about this match because I don't want you to go back to your kids and your wife injured, you've only just recovered from leukemia, and you just think, WWE, why are you kind of going into this again? I don't get why they kind of go personal, because this was a very big deal and I don't like it. I really don't. That's just my personal preference. But I just have a feeling Drew is going to win, and I keep on saying I have a feeling. That's just my gut instinct. I just know he's probably going to win, and it's going to carry on from there, going to Money in the Bank. I don't know what other matches on after that, and then SummerSlam I think will probably be the big morale of it. So yeah, we'll go with that. I'm going with Drew. Next is the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I really have a horrible feeling that they're going to give Brock the championship again and they're going to screw the fans over, because I would love Seth to win, but it's going to kind of be impossible, especially with the following matches with Daniel and Kofi and with the women. It's just going to be very difficult. So I have a feeling that Brock is going to win. He's going to have another contract, and Seth is going to carry on to fight him. Don't get me wrong, I love Seth, but I just have this horrible feeling in the back of my head it's going to happen. I mean, Brock won last year after everyone saying he was going to leave, and you just think, why? Why? You know? But sadly, my gut instinct is Brock, and I'm sorry to say that. It is what it is. Next is the WWE Championship, and this is Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Oh my god, this storyline has been I've just absolutely loved it. It's one of these ones, the one I'm fully invested in, even more than the Women's Championship. We'll talk about that afterwards. But oh, the speech that Kofi gave on Tuesday night to Daniel Bryan, I absolutely loved. I think it was so good, because the whole being screwed over and saying, well, Daniel, you know, you've done that yourself, you've been through this position, so you know what's going to happen next, and the whole backstory to it with Kofi being screwed again and again trying to get this match. And then the final piece was just the New Day with Xavier and Big E winning that match for him, and it's just so good, the build up to it. I was surprised that Vince wasn't involved in the sign-in, because it could have been like another excuse to say, well, this is going to happen, or tease that something was going to happen. Didn't. We had Michael Cole instead. But the reason I'm saying with Seth losing is because I think Kofi is going to win. I would love for him to win. I will be jumping up and down so much if he won, and I think it's going to be a massive celebration as well. So Kofi Mania for the win. Kofi, you are my man to win for this. And the last match is the winner takes all. For the main event, we have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. My gosh, this has been such a weird build up to this match. We've had arrests, suspensions, you name it, riots even after Monday night, which was actually really good. The way they all kicked off, it was just done so well. It's just very weird with Charlotte beating Asuka and then becoming the WWE SmackDown champion, women's champion again, and they made it a winner take all. But I don't know if they're going to unify the championships or what. Like with the tag championships, it's kind of weird that the women's ones are unified but the men's aren't. I'm just saying, if they're going to do that. But winner takes all. I have no shadow of a doubt that Becky is going to win this. It's been on the cards from day one, but there's also rumour going around that Charlotte's going to win, and it's just going to be a bit of a kerfuffle if they win. There will be riots, I think, if Becky does not win this match. It wouldn't be as bad as Undertaker losing against Brock Lesnar, but it will be up there in regards to the shock value if Charlotte or Ronda was to win. But my heart says Becky. I'm going with Becky. I'm going with my Irish gal, my fellow Irish gal. I would love for her to win. That's it now for my predictions video for WrestleMania. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. If you agree or if you disagree with me, just let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I really hope you enjoy WrestleMania. I will not be able to watch it live because I have to work the next day, as I said, but I will try and catch up with it during the day or at the following that night. But if it's spoilt for me, that's fine. I'm just looking forward to watching the matches. So click on the bell below so you know when I upload new videos. Leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I shall chat to you all soon. Bye!